And welcome back, Sadettes, for our whatever installment of the podcast to celebrate a successful week 2 that we had. We are commemorating Cameron being 1-1 for the first time since this day last season. I've been here for 2 hours and he hasn't stopped dancing. So welcome back, everyone, for this week's rendition of the Sad Guys Vlogcast.
Did you know that something big happened this week?
What was it?
The streak.
The streak
is over. Thanks to a weak-ass Chris Shepard, the 15-game losing streak that spanned 2 seasons is gone.
Good on you, sir.
Thank you.
Good on you. And let's jump right into it. I know we could talk about this all day. I know you would love to.
There will be a 30 for 30 on the streak, probably coming out this summer. That's a guarantee. So wait for that.
All right. As Cameron outdoes himself again, let's just jump right into the week 2 recap.
That's right. So first game we're going to talk about, moi versus Chris, we've all heard about. I won. Pretty convincingly.
I'm flabbergasted, honestly. I didn't know if the streak would ever end.
No,
honestly.
I mean, Chris did put up the lowest score of the league that week, but I also would have beaten like 3-4 other teams, not to mention you, previous. Well, actually, Jacob's not a previous agent. I'm thinking of Lindsay. Jacob, I would have beaten him. I would have beaten Jason Ard. So, not bad.
Things are looking up for you.
Yeah,
I mean, might get rid of the man baby trophy for losers by the end of this year.
God. I did have Jamal Charles, Chamberlain, Colston combined for 7.2 points, which is terrible.
But you also had Cutler, who threw for 33.5 points, most of which came in the second half. Mm-hmm. And Jordy Nelson, who put up a whopping 35.9.
They put up over half of my total points. So
well, nicely done.
Thank you. Chris, on the other hand, Kaepernick, 14.5, had like 4 turnovers. Terrible game.
He did have 4 turnovers.
Zerline had 14, so his kicker and his quarterback almost combined for the same amount. And Zerline outscored all of his position players, so that's how you put up less than 100 points.
Wow.
So thank you, Chris.
If anyone's wondering, that's how you do it.
We're both 1-1 now.
Let's move on to the next matchup. We had Drew, who beat Jason Ard. Mm-hmm. Jason Ard moves to 0-2, and Drew moves to 1-1.
And Drew put up the highest score of the week, so he won the number 1 Stoner trophy on the website.
Wow, congrats. I know the feeling. It's a good one.
And like we said, after the draft recap, Drew is going to live by Breeze and Graham and die by Breeze and Graham.
And today, he lives.
He lived 53.6 combined between those two.
Wow. And he had the Patriots defense, which scored just like 102 points.
The Patriots defense and his kicker combined put up 38 points, which is unheard of in fantasy football.
That's pretty amazing.
Jason Payton, 27.6. Foster, 23. That's a good foundation. No one else really did anything. How did that the vaunted Niners D do?
It looks like they got a goose egg.
They put up 0.
Yeah.
Which is better than your defense.
Much better than my defense.
Which is the next game we're talking about. Jordan beat Jacob. Real Jordan's 2-0. Jacob 0-2.
In the matchup of mirrored records.
Yeah.
I will say I have a 2-0 record, and I am not proud of it. I do not feel like I deserve it.
It's a very dirty record.
It's a very tainted.
I would have beaten
record
you this week.
You would have, but you won't beat me in Week 4.
A reason for your terrible showing would be Matt Ryan's 12 after having the best game of his career last week with over 35.
It was a drop off was expected. Maybe not 25 points of drop off, but a drop off was expected. And the worst part was the Dolphins got me net -3.
That's pretty terrible. Edelman got you 21, Brown 17. Obviously your wide receivers are your strength, so they continue.
Hey, Le'Veon Bell's a number 2 rated running back.
That's true. Smoke some weed, get a lot of points.
That's right.
I need to learn that.
Also, anyone wants to make a running back trade, I'm available.
Jacob, meanwhile, put up under 100, which I was not expecting from
last
year's championship game challenge.
Thank goodness AJ Green came up with a lame toe.
Yeah.
Or else I'm pretty sure I would have lost this matchup.
Jacob started him, and you know how much he got? He got more than your Dolphins D.
He did. He got 3 more.
He got
3 more.
Toby Gerhart, which I thought was going to be amazing this year, has done terrible, rolled up with 3.7.
Yeah, and Des Bryant put up a respectable 26.3. But a little known fact I learned today, Darren Sproles of the Eagles, backup running back, has more receiving yards than Des Bryant this season.
Darren Sproles, backup running back in our league, is the number 1 overall scoring running back as well. So.
Yes, he is.
Fuck you, Stefan. All right, next game we have Hunter. He made the playoffs last year, and we all doubted him from his draft.
I still can't believe it.
And he's sitting at what?
2-0.
2-0 again.
Cotton.
142.9, which was a very great showing.
It's alright.
He had his Seahawks defense, which is a vaunted D, put up -2. Kicker put up 3, so that combined for 1 point.
That's not bad, and he still won. So what does that say about him? LaShawn McCoy put up over 20 points. DeMarco Murray put up over 20 points. Crabtree put up over 20 points. And James Jones put up over 20 points. So
that's how you do it.
That's how you do it. He's got
There's a party going on right here. Let's celebrate. something good times.
Okay, we know you won. Yeah, we know you won.
Okay.
Okay, so Wiener had Aaron Rodgers, who put up an amazing 34.5 points. He also, most of his skill players got between 16 and 13?
11 and 13. You can't read my chicken scratch.
I cannot.
But, I mean, that's a pretty good showing for every one of your players.
It's not awful.
His flex position got him 4, kicker 0, which is not good. But
Bills D, 19.
That's pretty good.
From the Bills? I don't think they've scored 19 points in a game.
No. So, tough luck, Jason. You're 1-1 now, though. You can't complain. Next game. Previous champ. Season-long victory dance. Didn't start last week. Not starting this week. Even though she put up the 3rd highest amount of points this week. And who did she fucking lose to?
I refuse to talk about this matchup.
She lost to Stefan. Stefan with his 165.3, which is just a hair under Drew's high score. Stefan had Gio Bernard with 27.9.
Don't say that name.
We'll get to that later. Darren Sproles, 30.8, as we said. He is the leading running back in our league. And his kicker and defense combined for 31. That's a recipe for winning. Lindsay, sorry. 0-2. You're getting the shaft. You scored a lot of points. You would have beaten pretty much everyone else except for Drew and Stefan. Yeah, you went 7-2 against the league this week. Her lowest skill position scored 10. Her lowest. I had 3 skill positions combined for 7.2.
So let me tell you something, Lindsay. If you weren't reigning champion, I would feel sorry for you. But you are, so I don't. So sorry.
She also picked up Delaney Walker right before this weekend's games and started him, and he got 30.2 points, which is
why I don't feel bad for her.
But Tom Brady, only 12 points. A lot of people are starting to drop him. He hasn't performed, so...
That was a terrible, terrible draft pick. Terrible.
We'll see how that starting...
Let's move on. I'm flustered. Let's move on.
Stefan gets Jordan all in a fussy.
All right.
Let's celebrate and have a good time.
We're having a great time. We're having a great time. Let's move on to the week 3 pro cap.
We reviewed. We're pro and capping.
I just yelled in that microphone.
You did. You probably busted everybody's eardrum just now.
Yeah!
And again.
So we will start this pro crap with the man of the hour, Cameron,
Freudian
who's playing Jason Ard in the battle of the Brolo El Cuñados.
I'm on what you call a winning streak.
Of 1. Cameron hasn't tasted 500 since 365 days ago.
Yes, the second week of last year I was 1-1, and I'm just feeling great, guys. So I am a 9-point favorite against Jason Ard. Again, this is...
Wait, I just had a thought. Do you think this year you'll do the opposite of what you did last year, lose the first game, and win your next 14 in a row?
Not at all.
Okay.
Chris was wondering, though, if my losing streak transfers to him now after him losing to me.
You know what? Let's get to that.
Chris is gonna go.
In the pro crap.
So I'm a 9-point favorite. These are from Tuesday. This is pre-waiver wire pickups, pre-people moving their stuff.
Pre-tinkering.
Just a heads up. This is a pre-crap.
Pre-tink.
So this is the battle of the Brolo El Cuñados, as Jason and I are brother-in-laws. I have Jay Cutler going against a bad Jets pass defense. And who does Jason have at quarterback?
Jason's got Peyton Manning. Oh. Peyton Manning, who's leading the league in points scored right now, against the vaunted, to use your word that you've said 100 times,
True.
Seahawks defense.
Ooh, remember what happened to Peyton against the Seahawks D last year in the Super Bowl?
Did you see what Phillip Rivers just did to the Seahawks defense, though?
Hey, Peyton Manning is no Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is awesome.
That's also true.
So, just as law averages, I'm going to go with Jason because I'm going to lose. There's no way I win 2 games in a row. So.
You know what? I think you're feeling good. I'm feeling good sitting next to you. Mm-hmm. I feel it coming off of your body.
Mm-hmm. My heat?
Your heat is just filling my body with heat.
Okay.
I'm going with Cameron in a really close game.
I'll take it.
All right.
Next, we have the First Lady, the champ, Lindsay, who is a how many point favorite against Chris?
Looks like a 37.9, Cameron.
That's a pretty big favorite.
Apparently,
right there.
every one of her players is projected 16 points or higher.
That's pretty impressive. And this is a matchup of 2 playoff teams from last year, though they did not meet in the playoffs last year.
Because one of them won and one of them lost.
You know who won.
Yeah.
Chris, you have all 3 of your wide receivers going against some pretty piss poor pass Ds. That's alliteration. So this could be a pretty good game. I'm sticking with Lindsay. I feel like she's gonna. Chris is the official slump buster. So Lindsay's on a 2-game losing streak.
Chris is the official slump buster. Lindsay's on a 2-game losing streak. That's like twice as long as she's ever had. I'm going Lindsay.
Was that a Jacob joke or no?
Yes.
Okay. So next we have Drew, our trade corner expertise against Jordan.
Moi.
Yes, moi. Drew, though, is a 29.2 point favorite.
And we all know ESPN projections are terrible.
Spot on.
Yeah.
So Drew, he does have Breeze going against a Minnesota pass defense who has only given up 18.8 points to QBs after 2 games. Which,
and let me tell you what. That's why I feel confident.
Tell me what.
I'm not scared of Drew Brees. I'm not scared of anybody else he has on his team. I forget who he has.
So Jordan, as we know, is 2-0. He has Matt Ryan going against a tough Bucks pass D on a short week. They're playing tomorrow night. So that's going to be a tough game for both quarterbacks.
And everyone wants to be quick to judge my last week, but remember the first week when I scored 185 points and I led the league? I think that can happen again. I'm not being cocky, but I'm gonna kick Drew's ass.
And everyone, Drew has Larry Donnell if you want to trade for him.
Larry Dunnell of love, everyone.
Larry Dunnell of love.
Just cozy on up and take a ride to the end zone.
Next, we have Wiener versus last year's runner-up, Jacob. Jason Harris is a 17.4 favorite, so Jacob is still getting no love after going 0-2.
Yeah, I mean, the lesser half of the first family of fantasy football is also 0-2, like his better half. Mm-hmm. And the big question is, will AJ Green actually play?
Who knows? That bit him last week.
That big toe of his,
and also
biting him in the ass.
Can Toby Gerhart get on track? He's done nothing. Let's see if Jacob rides him out.
He's a white running back.
He sucks.
He's a white running back.
And also Jason Harris has most of his team is going up against pretty easy defenses this week. So I'm gonna go Jason Harris on this one, dropping Jacob to a Cameron level 0-3.
0-3, and we got a new streak.
Actually,
I agree with you.
I was never 0-3 last year. I was 1-3 last year.
Hey, I agree with you. Jacob's going down.
All right, and final game of this coming week is our Battle of the Unbeatens, or as I like to call it, the battle of who can email less.
Yes, that's correct. The least correspondence bowl.
It is our 2012 champion, Stefan, versus Hunter, who made the playoffs last year. Both 2-0.
Yeah, it looks like, according to my stat sheet here, Luck is against a bad Jugs D.
That would be Jags D. I can't write for shit.
Yep. Hunter has LaShawn McCoy, who's done okay. He's not as good as Sproles, but he's against a tough Washington NFL football team rush defense.
We don't say Redskins. Damn it.
Redskins.
I'm going to hell. Forgive me, Father.
He's against a tough Engines D. Let's move on.
Before that, let us open this new to Texas Mission Brewing Company. They serve 32-ounce cans.
Yes, they do.
Which every can should be 32 ounces.
Also, I'm just going to say, while Cameron's pouring this beer, that this is probably going to be one of our longer vlogcasts. So just hang on. Ride the wave. It's going to be worth it. I promise.
What else do you have to do?
Unless you're Stefan, stop watching now.
What else do you do on Thursday morning? Work?
no.
Let's celebrate.
The answer is no.
And have a good time.
This is where we'll have music playing, maybe.
We're gonna have a good big beer today, 'cause I beat Chris and he sucks and the streak is over.
Talk about the streak a little bit.
The streak, I don't know if y'all remember, but I lost a lot of games, and I was 1-15 going into last week, and I beat Chris.
Tell me how bad you want to get rid of that man, baby.
So bad.
Trophy of losing.
I don't know who I want it, like who I want to give it to.
Who will you bestow it upon?
I'm gonna say Stefan. Probably
You think Stefan's gonna lose?
Stefan sucks.
All right.
Even though I think Stefan probably has the best team of this season. So what is next?
Next, we have a viewer email.
Oh, and another viewer email. Actually,
It's a recurring segment we have here on the Sad Guys.
Our special guest is outside, so I'm gonna go grab him real quick. And
Okay.
make him comfortable to come in.
I'll handle
and
this.
You finish that out. All right.
I'll handle the viewer email, and we'll go ahead and start. So this is an email we received Monday, very early Monday morning, and it goes a little something like this. Dear amazingly talented Sad Guys, this weekend I experienced the most shameful act that a fantasy footballer can endure. After having to completely reevaluate my team because of the Adrian Peterson debacle, I decided a trade would be my best move. After extending the branchiest of olive branches to a friend/fellow league member, a trade was agreed upon and was set for after the weekend's games. Come Monday, however, I was more than surprised to see that my very, very good friend, whom I cherish as a human being, had declined my trade. I am so distraught, hurt, nay, ashamed. Please tell me how I can make him know the pain I am feeling, which may never subside. Love, definitely not one of the Sad Guys. / it's Jordan. So with that, a little bit of backstory. I tried to make the league's first trade of the season and third of all time, I think, and since no one trades in our league. And Stefan and I agreed upon a trade. And after agreeing upon said trade, Stefan backed out. It's a thing you don't do. Stefan did it. And now here, as our special guest, is the Witch Doctor. And he has something to say for Stefan Snick Silvera. What do you have to say, Witch Doctor? I will translate. Manager Stefan from Team The Todd Time.
La la poo poo kiki kaka.
Take backsies on trade. A very bad crime.
Sono la la kiki momo.
Your team is now cursed.
Ooh ee ooh ah ah ting tang. Walla walla bing bang.
May you do your worst.
Sikalaka kaka waka fucking Stefan.
And the Sad League leave you a raw behind. Thank you, Witch Doctor.
Kasala la mama.
I can't repeat that. So Stefan's team is now effectively cursed. And we actually have another special guest tonight. And we're going to call him up and put him on speakerphone. His name, Stefan Silvera, the recently cursed. Let's see what he has to say for himself.
Holy shit, did you just see a witch doctor in my house?
Who?
I did not know that
Witch Doctor. I invited him.
I didn't know there was a witch doctor in my house, so
I invited Witch Doctor over.
that was pretty badass. I never knew I was gonna have one over. Who are we calling?
This is Stefan.
Oh, Stefan.
Hopefully he answers.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, Stefan, you're on with the Sad Guys.
Hey Sad Guys.
So, Stefan, we have a question. You started out 2-0 this year. How do you feel that your team's going to do the rest of the year? Do you think you're playoff bound, or you need to make some moves, or what's going to happen?
Well, I'm waiting for you guys to say, and moving on.
No,
The last two times you told me.
that was the first episode, Joe.
Yeah, no, this is a real,
This is
a real
serious.
interview. Real interview.
I don't know. For the last 2 weeks, I've told my kids that if Mr. Silvera won at fantasy football, he would give him candy on Tuesday.
Sounds like a
So the
pedophile
last two
pedophile
Tuesdays-
teacher.
So the last 2 Tuesdays they've gotten candy, so I think I have all these little kids hopes and dreams of eating candy on Tuesdays riding on this, so maybe that'll drive me.
I think I'm gonna report you to CPS at this point, Stefan. But do you think you're gonna make the playoffs, or do you think you're gonna need to make some moves?
Well, I don't think I'm going to make the playoffs because at this point I have 2 running backs who are being on bye on week 4, and I've had no players injured, and that's bound to happen.
So would you say maybe your team may get cursed?
Yeah, they did get cursed, actually. They got cursed by Jordan because I drunkenly offered him a trade that I rescinded on the next day.
Oh,
Yeah. Let's delve into that a little bit.
So you're saying you reneged on a trade? So you're telling me you are I'm not gonna say that.
So hey, no. Let's fake trades aside. Let's put it this way: do you think your current team will make the playoffs? Yes or no? One word.
If 7 wins get you in the playoffs, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So
all right,
do you
bold
think
prediction.
you're ready to make some moves? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't want to make any moves.
Yeah. Fuck you.
All right. So as you heard from Stefan, he feels like his team is cursed. I wonder why. I could have been that witch
As
doctor
he should.
that was in my house.
As he should.
So, as our outro song, we are dedicating this one to Chris Shepard because you know what Chris Shepard did?
Slump buster.
Have you heard?
I heard.
Beat Chris this week, and you know what? His team really sucks. So, as signing off, good luck to everyone except Jason Ard this week and Donald.
Okay, full disclosure, we're not